countdown.
That's what I was going to ask. Are you running video? I don't know how any of that works.
I don't know what's going on. We're going to find out together.
Okay. Well, we truly did fade to black, didn't we?
Yeah.
Black is nice.
Look.
There it is. Okay. It was a warm-up.
Well, I don't know if this is going to work.
It was a prelim.
We're going to find out.
What you are selling. Like, is it out there? Is there some sort of, is it going to the world?
Oh, we're out there. Tracy's watching on the TV. Say hi. She's listening right now.
Hi. He's listening right now. Okay.
Well, he walked me on the back and he says, buddy, have a drink.
Buddy, have a drink. Buddy, have a drink. Buddy, have a drink.
Yeah, this is great.
Turn your radio down.
So we'll put Indians in donut shops.
Well, he walked me on the back and he says,
Let's see
buddy,
what
have a
happens.
drink.
I think if I had to choose between the two of them, which I'm thankful I don't, but if I had to choose between the two of them, I have to go with Rob Scott, because let's face facts, Bob Doyle is an extra.
C'est le Lounge Show avec Rob Scott et Bob Doyle, deux diffuseurs vétérans qui aiment s'entendre parler et qui réussissent d'une manière ou d'une autre à se supporter. Voyons si vous pouvez les supporter aussi bien. Voici Rob et Bob.
Come on, audience.
Come on, audience.
It ended, that last one faded right, and like I couldn't, anyway. Oh, my goodness.
Let me just say this right now at the onset.
Okay.
You're a highly paid extra. You may be an extra, as Mr. Gaffigan just pointed out, but you're highly compensated.
He pointed out really loudly, too. That volume was too high. Too high.
You always like to share the technical aspects
Look,
of things.
you like to point out that I share it. That makes me have to point out that you point out that I share it. So why, Rob?
Actually, that's a really good point. That's very, you went to college-ish. That's like a psych course. No, maybe a philosophy course, right?
I did take a philosophy course in college.
How did that work out?
We studied the Socratic method. We read, what is it, On Justice or something? And my philosophy teacher's name was E.K. Okanta, because you don't forget that.
I was going to say that's a Dan Wasilewicz kind of name.
And he would always say,
E.K.
But what Socrates was saying, he was like South African, but what Socrates was saying, and he'd ask me, or he'd ask the class, what do you think Socrates was saying? And, you'd give your opinion because it's philosophy and you weren't there and the whole idea is to explore. No, what Socrates was saying, he didn't roll. Anyway, all I remember about him was Socrates, what Socrates was saying.
What Socrates was saying.
And he was like a grad student. Where is E.K. Okanta right now? Where E.K.?
There was only a way you could look it up. If there was only some sort of mechanism.
I'm going to look it up right now. I've never thought to do that.
It's
EK
9 o'clock on a Saturday.
Lounge show's open.
Oh, I spelled it wrong. Not the lounge show. I spell that right every time.
How do you spell lounge show correctly? I'm looking here. Lounge. All the artwork here on this show, boys and girls, except for what stuff is behind my head, is Bob's doing. In fields where blooms their colors freely cast, and springtime breezes whisper soft and low, I seek a friend, a bond to everlast, yet nature's jest brings tears that swiftly flow. Who are we playing with?
I found an E.K. Okanta. I'm not kidding. It could
you found
be him.
a philosophy prof?
No, I don't. I know. There's an E.K. Okanta. It could be him. I don't know. It was
Well, how many of those do you think? That's not like a Smith.
But I mean, I can't check his about because we're not friends, and
Oh, you didn't go to Google?
No,
like
I Facebooked.
Interesting. That was your first choice.
Well,
it's not a bad thing. It's interesting. It's not a bad thing.
You
or a good
think
thing.
it's a bad thing?
I do not. It's a bad thing. I do not. So how have things been in the Bob Doyle world?
Well, we
for
saw
those
your
of you-
boy.
That's where I was going to go. That's so outstanding that Stephen visited the Casa de Bob and Tracy.
I'm having a USB issue here, and one of my USB things is cycling on and off, and I don't know if you hear it or not, but I do.
I
And
do not.
It's been happening for days. It's driving
What does
me-
that entail exactly? What does that mean?
You know, it did. It just did it.
Oh. Okay, yeah. Oh, it's plugging in, unplugging, plugging in.
Yes.
So it's basically the notification that Windows is telling you something's here. Oh, it went. Something's here. Oh, it went.
Yeah, I'm. I think that one of my. I think I have a PCI USB controller in my computer that might be on the fritz.
It's all mucked up. It's all kitty wampus.
Right. It's all askew. Someone's been mucking with the wires.
With the wires. Right. So,
Yes. So no, we saw Steven, and he is huge.
Yes.
He took up all of our visual space.
he's a big kid, isn't he?
Yes, but so nice and so polite. Very nice young man.
I saw that he brought you tchotchkes.
Yes. Oh God, I knew, and I sat as I had this idea. I said, "You're gonna forget," but here it is. You won't forget. It's so obvious, and so maybe I can ask Tracy to do it. But yes, he brought a mug from his place, and I was going to have that. I was going to have that mug and the last of the current supply of the Athletic non-alcoholic beer that we discovered when you were here. And
that's some good stuff.
I'm telling you, every time, and this is no exaggeration, I know it even gets on her nerves. It's got to. Because every time I take that first sip, I have to have a moment. It's so good, and it tastes just like the best beers I had. You know, like my very favorite ones. That particular flavor of IPA is it. It's not too heavy. It's just freaking perfect.
It's the Goldilocks of beer flavor, right? It's not too light, not too heavy, not too hot, not too cold.
That's correct. And I take that first sip, and I'm like, because I think my body still associates it with, we're getting ready to have a good time.
Oh, sure it does.
And it's like my whole body's waiting for the buzz to come. It's like waiting because it knows the pattern. It's like, okay, that flavor and this amount. Any minute now, I'm going to start to feel a little bit like this. I'll start to get but of course, it never comes.
No, it never shows up. Never knocks at the door.
No.
But then I still find that I'll drink 4 of them, and I go, well, that's a lot of money.
I can only do.
I
I think I've done 2 at a sitting. I can't do more than that.
No. Like my body.
Maybe if it was hot and we were like at the pool and stuff, I could probably go through.
You're drinking for a different reason. Then that's right, pool and all that. No, I'm talking about that when you were saying, the body thing. Mine says, yeah, let's keep going, except there's no buzz. But like the first time I drank NA beer when people were here socially, I drank a 6-pack of the stuff, and I went, well, that was stupid. You could have gone to water or tea.
No,
or soda.
It wasn't stupid. It was.
It
was much better behavior. Right, exactly.
Yes, right, better than the alternative.
Right, and you got to, do the thing. Yeah, I just find
I
that
actually find that when I drink NA, it's more for other people.
Oh yeah, but no, this is totally for me.
No, I mean I don't dislike it. Like I like the IPAs because that's the closest thing to what IPA actually tasted like, as opposed to lagers and that. Like lagers don't taste like beer.
Yeah, I hate all those. I don't like them I never liked them.
Yeah, you didn't like them, right?
In real life.
In real life. Wow, that's really good.
But at this Athletic, they have apparently they got a whole bunch of flavors. Well, like I don't know.
Anyway, so you were going to drink a beer, an NA beer, out of one of the Steven mug.
The Steven mug, right, in honor of his Stevenness being here, and then I freaking forgot. Oh well, at least I was here, right? I mean, historically.
Well, that sent me pictures, which I was very grateful for. I got to say, I'll put this out there now, on like officially. Wow, I thought 2 days later, a text really didn't do justice to how thankful I am she sent those. You guys look terrific. It's neat to see the 2 different worlds colliding There's Steven, and there's Bob's house with Tracy and that place.
Right.
He's
and
on
he
a
has an
different
open
set.
invitation to come back and get in the pool and shoot some toss and toss. Oh, I
Some
love your
toss
mug. Have we seen that mug before?
This mug?
Yeah.
Yeah, on the 1 year. The
Okay.
kid, speaking of Steven and Samantha, how great that this is all tying in. See, I didn't even know they made stuff that said that, but makes no sense why they wouldn't. But yeah, and the socks too. I wore those last week. I don't know why. I was just into the because they got me socks too. So when you have your feet up on the table, it reads across the soles.
Yes, I do. There is one more. It's in the refrigerator. It's in that refrigerator with the drinks. It's right there, front and center on the top because it's right there. It was there. I promise. I went and it is there. We're back.
That was just intermission music. Wow,
Yeah.
Bob
So we
was
have
talking to his staff.
we have the mug.
Oh look!
But
See,
she
red
thought
flag.
that, and there's one of these in there, and even he said, "I don't know what you're going to do with it." There are 3 of them.
What are they? Is it a magnet? What is
They're
it?
not. They
What's it
Velcro,
made of? Like-
They Velcro, right? So
Oh,
this obviously sticks to something, and then this
Yeah.
sticks on it,
what? Yeah, what would you do with that? Well, but you got
and,
something.
and that's how you
know.
know how to match your underwear.
It's
It's
military
garanimals for the
military.
military, right? It started there, and then they. It went
Most things did either that or NASA. One of the two made Tang came from Velcro came from NASA. So what does that say on it? Red flag? That's like they do these training exercises. That's what that whole thing stands for. It's competition.
Oh, I
These
didn't know.
big-
Yeah. So no, I didn't. I wasn't sure what that was.
Yeah,
all
yeah,
I know is it
yeah.
says Nellis Air Force Base, Nevada, home of the warfighter.
There you go.
Weekend special. Hey,
No, I
it's
didn't-
100 degrees in Henderson. Yeah,
Weekend special.
it's 100 degrees in Henderson.
That's hot. That's
Yeah.
Africa hot.
Yeah, but it's not as hot as it's been actually. And this week, in the next 7 days, we're only going to get as hot as 110.
You want to guess what it is here in Marietta, Georgia?
Oh, you didn't see it. It looks like an invisible.
Yeah, it looks like an invisible chip.
It's a
What is it, a
donut.
piece of
It's a
cake or is it-
donut
oh.
from. It's a donut from Pink Box. So I have to take a bite.
No, go ahead. I would. Did I tell you? Oh, yeah, we talked about this. You don't like the leftover milk. I was going to say that because, stuff like that. Cereal. That's my new sugar ingestion method.
Right.
Today I had Apple Jacks. It was wonderful. And I was thinking about that.
I
how
love
reg-
Apple Jacks.
Oh, okay. Apple Jacks is a sound bowl of sugar, man. Apple
Love
Jacks
that flavor.
Is badass.
I
Huh?
just love
Yeah.
the flavor of Apple Jacks. Love Apple Jacks. Haven't had them in a long time.
Well, either had I. Probably decades, literally decades since I had Captain Crunch and/or Apple Jacks, and I had both within the last week. Oh, look at that! That looks good. Now, okay, there's a question for you. The variety box of donuts shows up in whatever world you would have that occur, right? Works, and if you could have any of them before the rest of your coworkers or the party pick through them, what is your go-to badass? That's my first flavor.
I have no idea.
Really? Seriously?
Seriously, no idea. I mean, Amber asked. She was going to this. I'm telling you, it's there.
Who are you talking to?
She doesn't see the last beer, the last athletic beer.
Oh, okay. But it's there.
I held it in my hand in the refrigerator and put it right back so that I would have it for this. So unless one of the girls got it, which of course I know they did not.
So if the box is there's let's say 15 different flavors, you just grab a donut and go, cool, donuts. You don't actually look and discern which. I'm not.
No,
I'm really,
I
this is interesting.
would look to see how is chocolate involved.
Okay, there we're getting somewhere.
Hold on.
How was chocolate involved? Was he here? Is he here? Was he involved with this situation? Does chocolate have an alibi or what? Was he here? How was he involved? I like how you phrase that. I would look to see how chocolate was involved.
Hold on. She said find it in the picture, and it's in the picture, and now I got to figure out how to mark this up. Oh, I
Okay.
just. I wish I could share my screen real quick. That would be hilarious. This ridiculous thing that I'm doing. Sending
Yeah.
her a screenshot of the beer that I knew was there.
Right.
Of the beer I knew
See how
was
I'm
there.
staying on topic. I'm going to force you to stay on topic. So how chocolate was involved. So if it was a chocolate donut or a chocolate covered
Yeah, or
donut.
then are there chips or some sort of frosting? Like, what's different? What's unique? Like, I'm gonna go for the what's different.
Like
What's
to me,
unique?
for me, immediate go-to is the Boston cream, the chocolate top with the yellowish cream center filling, and that is
Yes.
the perfect donut to me. That is
That's-
absolutely. I could eat.
I think
like
that's
it's
what
like
that
an
was.
eclair. What's that?
I think that's what that was that I showed you.
Yeah, it looked like it, except it looked like just a donut with the topping. It didn't seem to have the filling.
It did.
The film. All right, that's my number one. And number two, maple bacon. They do that maple glaze with little crumbles of bacon on top. Get the hell out of Dodge, man. Shut the
Interesting.
front door.
I haven't.
That is a bad.
It sounds good. I
you
haven't
go
done
in-
that.
Yeah, you go into that world. You go into that world with your coffee or your tea. See, there you go. Now you got a beer. Look how nice is that? A beer. The Germans invented beer, didn't they? I'm just checking. Now you should actually pour that with reverb on because I think we have. Do I have that here? I may have that here.
Light, but not quite.
Yeah, I might have light, but not quite.
I think you played it.
How would I have labeled it? I don't even know if it's here. How would I have labeled it?
There we go.
I don't know. Well, look
Oh,
at
wait,
that.
wait,
No,
hold
back
on,
it up
hold
a
on.
little.
I'm trying to.
Too close. There, perfect. There it is. Take a snapshot. Take with that picture with you like that. Red Flag. So Red Flag apparently is a competition where they do Top
Happens every time. That's pretty good. Sounded a lot like that. It's so good. Anyway, all right.
So I'm sure you spent most of your day watching the Olympics. What's
Is that
your
going
take on the? Yeah, is that going on?
I
Yes.
seriously did not.
I know. That's why I laughed. That is so not your radar. That just doesn't even. Is that going on?
I'm at a point in my life where, like, I love that I don't know about the Olympics because it was always a pain in my ass.
See, that's so funny. So you're thinking from obviously a broadcasting standpoint that you hated it because of whatever.
No, I hate it because
Why was
gymnastics
it a
was
pain?
on all the time. My mom and my sister were obsessed with it. I could give a shit about sports, and that's like the
I know that.
ultimate sport. And it was just there, and just like, and then '96 when it came to Atlanta,
Well, that was
we're
a shit
there,
show.
for a couple of events. So now it's just, I hate it live.
It didn't get any better.
No.
From TV
and
to
the tickets we had were Chinese basketball, Chinese women's basketball.
Okay. Well, you can't get enough of that in your image.
They were
in your-
gigantic.
Yes.
That's my
Yes.
takeaway from the '96 Olympic Games hosted in Atlanta.
So my whole family came, and we had just moved into the house on Favorwood. We had just moved in, and Kim was pregnant. And you got a whole family, my mom, my dad, my sister, my other sister. Both my sisters, mom and dad, and Kim is like, I don't know, 8. Well, when they would have been in July, and Stephen was born in December. So what are we talking? 5 months, 4 months away from delivering a child. And the station I worked at was the official station of the Olympics. They paid to have that designation. And yeah. But I do have
wait.
I have a shirt. What?
You're talking about
What are you
'96, B98.5 or WSB in general.
GST at the time.
GST had that. Was the
Yeah.
Olympic? I couldn't remember.
The official news station of the 96, whatever. I've got a shirt that it says it on there.
Okay. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that means extra work. Right? All that means is extra work. All the different coverages that were sold, all of this thing that was sold, sponsored, sold. So you got to do all that prod for it. All these. It was Olympic But I will say, having the family there, banner ass cool, even though at the time, oh my God, we got company. You know how that is. Yeah. But wow, I'm just not a big companies work. It's not the people, it's the company. It doesn't matter who's filling the role of company. That's where having company to me is work. But it's anyway, and you seem to be really enjoying that donut.
It's
But
almost
anyway,
done.
the point is, in the wake of it all, wow, am I glad it happened. My dad, my mom, all. And what I remember distinctly, Pamela got us all the tickets. So we saw handball, not where you hit it against the wall, but like that softball size thing where they.
The way you said it sounded like a nickname. Like
Handball?
this guy handball. We saw
Yeah,
handball.
Right, he's the one who got us the tickets.
He always gets the best deal, man. Man, good.
He did.
You always rely on handball.
We need some more tickets for the Olympics. Have you talked to handball?
Handball, yeah. Well, of course we
Handball
talked
hooked
to
you up.
handball, but man, he's backed
Hey,
up.
what do you think? I'm stupid? He also sold me this wonderful Rolex watch. I got this from handball as well. He said it's going to appreciate. Man, I'll retire on the money I'll make on this Rolex.
I promise you, handball wears a baseball cap.
Oh, he certainly does, to cover the bald spot.
Yes, handball is
Now you-
born.
Of course, handball is a character. Bob will have an AI
He is-
job in
He
no
is
time.
immediately.
Look at this
Jive
face.
ass
Look at
John. Oh my God, I can bring them all to life.
Yeah, you could. And they deserve it. Skippy.
Oh,
The webpage is about to change, boys and girls. So this is what I'm watching. You're watching pre-art in live. This is pre-art. This is pre-creative. This is Bob's head now on the sugar from the donut is just effing spinning about what he's going to do with Jive Ass John, Skippy, and of course, handball. Handball is, so anyway, handball hooked us up with these tickets and we went and saw women's field hockey.
great.
Well, yes, you would
okay.
think. It was at night. It was at Georgia Tech campus, and it was at obviously a big stadium, a football-sized stadium, because field hockey is played on this massive field. And Australia won the gold. Pamela got us tickets for the gold medal game. We didn't know
That's
who was going
nice.
to be in it. And so you get to see an award ceremony.
Okay.
And that was cool. And so Australia won the gold, and I don't know how many people in the stadium. I'm going to just guess 20,000. Let's just say 20,000 people. And all the Australia fans started singing Waltzing Matilda.
Oh yeah, I
And it
remember
was
this.
Badass
I
cool.
remember you telling me this.
Yeah, that's a memory. So when you bring up the 90s, I go, it really wasn't as bad as they claimed it was going to be.
You Skippy.
What do you know?
You Skippied again. You did a whole Max Headroom on me.
Shucks. Sorry about that. Well, I'm not doing anything wrong.
Right.
I'm just here.
As far as it could be my end. I don't know.
Anyway, it was cool, right, to see them win, and they it just burst into song. It was like a flash song before they had the internet.
The
Flash mob kind of thing.
Yeah. Okay.
Waltzing Matilda, waltzing. It was so cool. And it was nighttime. It was a nice night. It was evening. It was dark. It was and you could see the skyline, the whole thing. And I'm sure I guarantee if they were serving beer, I had a few. That's a fact. So yeah, I was probably a couple of buzzies in and just going, this is the coolest thing that they're singing, and they're proud of their country. And that was a limit. But the rest of it, to your point, 96 games were a little. Oh, and I do remember too, I went and saw water polo. Kim got tickets for me, knowing that I like water polo, and it was outside, and she was there pregnant and had to go to the medical tent. She went through this whole what's the word when you're dried up? What do they call that?
Dehydrated.
Dehydrated is the word. I couldn't.
Yeah,
find.
we know all about that here. I could tell you.
So she went, and I said, no, I'll go with you. And she goes, no, see who wins. Blah blah blah. This is your gift. And so I did, and that was nice. And so I went and found her after. But the point is, when
And
the
then
game
did you
was
get
over,
in trouble for leaving her?
No, she found me. No, but I
it's
went down
just
to the pool.
whole. Go ahead, go do your thing. I can't believe you left.
Yeah. Oh, that's a good point. The
But that's
passive
not
aggressive.
Kim. That's just blanket women. I'm making a stereotypical.
That's sitcom. That's
right.
sitcom
That's just
material.
exactly. That's all that is.
That's a story that Handball would tell us about his wife. Actually, no, his girlfriend. He's not married. Handball's got a girlfriend. She's a pain in the ass. Right. So I watched to the end of the game, and I went down the match. I think it's actually called. I should know. I played the game, but I was down on the pool deck. They had no security, and I went right down to the deck and watched these guys come out of the water. And to your point about how big the basketball players were, these guys just kept coming out of the water. They were like 6'6", 225, could swim fast, lean machines in the water, badass machines in the water. And I played that game on such a different little high school level and thought I was a badass until I saw these guys, and you go, "Holy cow! What's wrong? What did I do?"
I'm just laughing at you. Man, I gotta blow my nose, and we're in the middle of the show.
I'm spinning a yarn. I'm doing a Rob story kind of thing. That's
Right. And it's almost exactly the same cadence, and like he was 5 foot nothing, 150 pounds, and these guys came in 5'7", and now there's this. You've told this, and this is the same kind of. You got the weight, you got all the stats, and whatever.
Well,
it's funny. I'm gonna have to do a mashup. I'm gonna have to do like a Paul Harvey kitten bong. Mashup.
Oh, what was the line about that? Some burning ember. What was the line?
I'm excited to see this AI creation. Oh. She's talking about.
Oh, show it on Bob Doyle Media. Yes, of course.
Well, yeah.
No.
I have to. Skippy. Man, the idea. I could already see like what I want for these two, and it's just so. It's so wrong.
Well, we've never been accused of being PC, you and I, but we try to be nice, like Stephen was when he visited. He was polite. You said he was very, and
he was very nice, young man.
Are you a doctor?
He ate a strawberry. He was very gracious.
Did you feed him, or didn't you have time to have?
He ate a strawberry.
Okay.
She had the basic. We had some fruit. You've seen it.
Oh yeah, I love it, man.
And that was it. But he was literally on his way to work and running late. He didn't really have time to sit and eat or whatever. And he just got his stuff. We chatted for a minute or two, showed him the backyard, and he was on his way.
Well, it was neat to see him in uniform because I never see him in uniform ever. He's not that guy. He's not. I'm going to wear it through the airport. He hates guys who do that. He goes, "That's BS." He goes, "You wear it when you're supposed to wear it for the job." And so it was neat to see that he was in uniform. I haven't seen him in his sergeant stripes since he got
we require it.
That I keep forgetting. Well, I wouldn't know that because I did not serve. So I wouldn't know that you require that. I wouldn't have to do that. Well, this died in a hurry, didn't it?
And I just wanted to watch it die.
Yeah, well, you did that on purpose. I think you used up all the glue on purpose.
Well, once I saw it was dead, I just wanted to hear how many more words you would say.
I died pretty quick after that. I knew
you let it go. It was stinking up the place.
Woo! Somebody opened a window. P.U.
Singed kitten.
That's it. Somebody's singed kitten.
Somebody's singed kitten.
Kitten. And burnt. I don't even think I have that anymore. I have the other one.
Come on.
Well, I
think
you
don't
can
have
find
it
on
anymore.
I don't.
No, really? You think it's on YouTube?
Oh, sure it is. It's all over. It went viral a million times. You can find that. And I have the one where he's talking about men on men sex. And somebody put a mashup of that too, where he's getting it on with some guy in a hotel room.
Okay. I think I've heard that one too. But wait.
But the bong one, I haven't. I don't think I have not access, but I know it's on YouTube. I think people have found it before and said, "Hey, here it is."
Paul Harvey bong.
Mm-hmm. And Dave Savage put.
Paul Harvey, stand by for news. On Cullendon Lane, Jacksonville, Florida, Chuck Buick finally gave up. Chuck enjoys marijuana, so he decided to accept Paul Harvey's suggestion. He gave up. He went to the phone. He called me. He ordered a bong. Bong, that's a pipe used to smoke marijuana. I want you to hear this carefully because you're thinking about a Valentine's Day present for somebody you love very much. Quote, my marijuana bong arrived Saturday, and after I opened the box, I was in shock. My eyes were locked open wide. My whole house was now a concert hall. I went to the washroom, and even from there, it sounded like a real live lady singing right outside the door. Quote, with heat eating your ears, you're gouging out and tearing loose and pulling apart, gulping air and tasting black. Your windpipe is closing and you've lost track of which way is out. There's a searing ember down your neck. Search, rescue, ventilate. Somebody's singed a kitten. Quote, I'm listening to all of my old CDs again because I have never really heard them before. Now, for that Valentine's Day gift, it's not too early for you to choose a bong. Anything but happy with it, I'll buy it back. To locate your nearest dealer, telephone 1-800-282. Bong.
Morgan. Oh my God, that's good to hear. But see now,
what
you could just
no one knows who he is.
No. Well, that is true. But now with AI, you could just say whatever you wanted to as Paul Harvey. You don't have to stitch it together.
But
man,
that's brilliant work.
I
And
know.
He did that with a razor
knowing
blade.
that it's,
He did that with a razor blade.
I understand, but nobody. You try to tell that to the young people today.
Kids today, with the
their hair and the
music.
music. They won't care.
They don't.
They
Hey,
won't
Tracy
do
chimed in and said, before we closed the lounge for the week, we should take a peek at Lake Geneva.
Oh, yes, it was up there earlier, and isn't...
Is
wait,
that a
hold
live
on.
shot?
Well, it was, but it timed out. Let me just hit the play button on that.
The other day, I got a really good picture, a snapshot of this from this camera. One of the cruise boats was going by, and a guy was covering up that sailor boat there. And
there we go.
It was, look at that. Come on. And they're turning around for the lounge. They're coming in. This boat is coming in.
For the lounge.
For the lounge.
They're our ride. They're our ride out of here.
Yes, look at that. I would like that very much.
Exciting and new.
Is that where you went? I didn't go there. I went 3-hour tour.
Yeah, but we've done that one so many times already.
Okay, fair enough.
And with those words, I am the hell out of here. I had enough of this foolishness. Thanks for nothing. They never paid me.
You've been watching The Lounge Show with Rob Scott and Bob Doyle. Join us every Saturday at 6 p.m. Pacific, 9 p.m. Eastern, and tell your friends and family to do the same. After all, we'd do it for you if you had a show. Probably.